Okay, so I just found out that there's a whole collection of calculators written in COBOL. Like, what even?
No way, COBOL? That feels like a blast from the past. What kind of calculators are we talking about here?
They have a basic calculator, an RPN calculator, and even one that uses emojis. How wild is that?
Emoji support. That's fascinating. It's like COBOL is getting a modern makeover. How does that even work?
Right? You can enter expressions with emojis instead of numbers, like instead of typing plus, you use seek. How fun is that?
That's actually kind of genius. It's like giving a classic language a fresh twist. How do they handle that?
They've implemented Unicode support. So this ancient language is somehow handling modern emojis seamlessly.
Wow, that gives me chills. Just shows how flexible COBOL can still be even after all these decades.
And there's a testing suite to make sure everything runs smoothly. They seem really committed to keeping it robust.
That's reassuring, especially with the emoji one. Can you imagine the kinds of errors it could throw?
Totally. They've included error messages too, but with emojis. Like if you mess up, it says error division by 0 with a sad face.
That's actually brilliant. It makes math mistakes feel less severe, you know?
Exactly. And think about it. This is pretty revolutionary for a language that's been around since 1959.
So if I get this right, they're using emojis for basic operations like addition and multiplication.
Yep, so instead of typing 3 plus 4, you can just type 3/4 add. How simple is that?
That's cool. I wonder if it can handle complex math too?
It can. You can do expressions like 15,711 and 3,3. That's like a mini math party.
This is blowing my mind. It looks like they've really thought through the user experience.
Yeah, and the fact that they've made it interactive is really inviting for users, not just compute and go.
Well, we should dive into how they set it all up. What are the prerequisites?
Oh, they've made it easy through Homebrew for Mac OS. Just install new COBOL and you're set to go.
That's pretty straightforward. How about Linux or Windows users, though?
They can install new COBOL through their package managers or directly from the official site. No one's left out.
Good thinking. But tell me more about those test suites. What's their magic?
Well, the RPN calculator has 20 test cases. It checks everything from basic arithmetic to error handling.
So they really put it through its paces. What about the emoji calculator?
That one has 12 tests focusing specifically on all the quirky error messages and emoji functionality.
Fun. That must have been enjoyable to write. And COBOL's verbosity must help a lot in clarity.
Exactly. It's like you're reading a story rather than deciphering cryptic code. Super user-friendly.
It's so interesting to see how a language can adapt and stay relevant. What's your favorite part?
I love how they've integrated fun with functionality. It's education wrapped in a playful package.
Totally. And it shifts perceptions of COBOL being outdated. It really can do modern things.
Right. The integration of emojis is just a brilliant touch, redefining what a calculator looks like.
So if this can handle emojis, what's next? Could we see COBOL tackle something even more innovative?
You have to wonder. With enough creativity, they could integrate COBOL in all sorts of modern tech.
This is such a good example of how tradition meets innovation in the tech world.
And who would have thought a 1959 language would end up with emojis? Right? Just blows your mind.
It really does, leaving the door open for other older technologies to be explored like this.
Definitely. So, what do you think is the biggest takeaway from all of this?
I think it's all about thinking outside the box. A classic language can still surprise us in the digital age.
Exactly. And it feels like COBOL isn't dead. It's thriving in its own quirky, fun way.
For sure. I can't wait to see what other unexpected innovations come from merging the old and new.